Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead. I got to go pretty fast, so I'm just going to buzz right through. I came in today pretty risk down. I was short the spiders. We broke the 8-day yesterday. It looked like we were losing a little bit of momentum, but I had plan A, plan B, plan C. Would we break 204 and add to my spider short for a bit more of a correction, or do we hold and then cover and then figure out if there are some things that are strong to get long because, we were 25 to 30 handles off the recent high. So with all that said, in the first 15 minutes, they were trying to sell down the spiders, and at that moment, you had the bios were strong, high beta tech was strong, oil was strong, everything was strong. So I was like, you know what? I have short in the brain, let me cover. I tweeted that I covered my spiders at 204.50. Okay, so 204.50. Not so bad, 50 cents off the lows, and obviously we closed, well north of 206. So, losses happen, ideas could be wrong, but turning them into disasters makes it worse. That's my food for thought there. Anyway, you go to the chart of the SPX, and, Fed minutes happened. This level held. We talked about the 2042 level. It held. We closed, strong above the prior day's high. I don't know if we're going to be just blasting off through the prior high, but at this point, 8-day reclaimed, support held, things look better or more bullish than bearish, or at least neutral where you're not short. Spiders basically, took back this entire day, held that 204 area, did not break, did not go see the 21-day, so I covered. You want to go to the quick 5-minute chart? I'll show you where it was, and you can match up the Twitter feed because everyone was like, oh, red dog, I thought you said short. I was like, okay. And then when I covered, everyone was making fun. They're like, we're adding short. I was like, all right, that's what you do. Anyway, here's where, the spiders held during the first part of the day, and we started to break above this spot, and I said, you know what, I am done. I don't like being short anyway. So that was my cover, and at this point I almost went long because he had a nice little bull flag continuation, but I was just happy to have switched gears and started looking for some plays out there. Then you had the basic talk or the Fed minutes, etc. We talked about can the bears push it below 205 20-ish, a little bit lower and keep it below, went below, and then right here that was your out again, and we closed real strong. So anyway, that's the quick thoughts on there. So now I'm going to just run through some patterns. Okay, Amazon. I am long Amazon. I think this stock looks great. It wound up coming back above the 8-day. Looks as if it's going to take out this 603. Can continue higher. Nice bull flag. Looks good. Holding higher. Something a cup and handle. Boom. We'll see what happens. Google, I'm not so sure. Google did turn up today. Still looks good. You get rid of that topping tail. It seems as if it can get above this spot. Chances are it can continue reclaim the 8-day. We talked about Facebook. What can it do around this 113.35? Well, all in all, still held the 21-day. Got a little bit above the pivot that we were talking about, which is right here. That could have at least taken short off the brain for you. Remember, last time this happened here, it wound up, holding, turning up and grinding at this point. Still looks okay. I guess we'd get more confirmation tomorrow if it were to break out above this, and then all of a sudden, next time it gets back up to here, maybe it can go. But all in all, this was showing us that it wasn't, crazy risk off. And then you have I have a few outside, scenarios. We want to talk about FEYE and CYBR. FEYE, this is a laggard name. Remember when we used to trade it all the way up here when it broke? Well, now it's kind of, had its move off the lows. It's been going sideways. It perked up a little bit today. So, if you look at my disclosures, that's why I'm long it. This could be, a day one, but we shall see. So I'm in it. We'll see what happens next. CYBR, I did not in, but, kind of similar pattern where it woke up, held the 8-day, maybe it wants to get to the 200-day. We'll see. I would say, I don't know, a week ago or a few days ago, I started talking about SHAK, another broken name, but some of these names that have been absolutely annihilated. Remember when I was shorted here or on this outside day there? Hold on. Come on, give me my little pen. Give me the pen, give me the pen. Anyway, that was when it broke down each time. Remember this? This was also a good long, and then you had a few different bull flag moves along the way. Well, anyway, here you are all the way down here. It's just a laggard catch-up trade. If the market continues wants to broaden out, you had your first move. I remember talking about it when I woke up on volume here. well, it had some commitment, it's gone sideways, maybe it wants to, you know, fill this gap or do something. So it's just something to do. If you're holding multiple positions and you want to get to know some of them, this looks decent. Maybe it clears this spot and you could see, you know, a gap fill with some higher prices in SHAK. It's been annihilated. Also, the spring-summer season is awesome for SHAK. What else? So, you know, let's talk about the bios. The bios, I'm sorry. I was definitely very early here. You know, I tweeted that I was long the IBB calls, you know, at, I think the 262s at 5. Sold the rest of them into here around 11, and then I missed the wide range easy day. Red Dog loves to miss the easy money days, right? I played the tough day, and this is when everyone started talking about it, but I did go over this spot, this bull flag, that if you wanted to be long it without the options, you had all the, you know, enough room. In my morning note today, I talked about, you know, GILD, showing how that can continue. You know, that's almost at the 200 day. We went over CEF. You know, CEF had a really nice move. Look at this, actually, what was this at? CELG, sorry. CELG, look at that, pow. That's what you talk about. If you're not looking for a top, you can look for a chart pattern that can give you a nice wide range bar, and this gave you a nice wide range bar right there, boom. We'll see if that gets to the 200 day tomorrow. In the morning, I went over AGN on my note too, said you gap down, we could trade long versus, you know, yesterday's low, was talking about it on the radio, and then maybe it gets in the gap, and that was a nice trade also. VRX ticked up. You know, first day on volume. I'm long this overnight. Maybe there's a second day. I know it's very dangerous. It's in the news, this and that, but, you know, maybe it's washed out, and one day could give you another day. Ackman says that they will be filing soon, and it's investable again. You know, we didn't get caught in this mess with the technicals have been pointing lower this entire time. Remember, I showed you all the what's it called? The red flags here, this bear flag. Well, now here, you know, maybe there's a small little trash for treasures trade. That's why I'm in that. Oil gave you a bounce. You know, we'll see. It actually came up and, you know, turned up one day. And, you know, people are making like it was a blockbuster move in oil. All it was one day up after coming down 7 or 8. So that helped. It also helped the XLE. The XLE, you know, also looked as if, remember, we were talking maybe it's going to be a head and shoulders top. But, you know, all of a sudden it turned up instead. So, you know, decent little pullback from a move from here. Didn't fall apart. Was above the 50 days. So, you know, everyone's looking for holes in the rally. And, you know, I too, you know, I made money short yesterday, came in today, thought maybe we'd get more, and there wasn't any more. So, again, you switch gears. If you look around the chart patterns out there, there's a host of them. Look for them on my note, the other content providers, you know, watch the morning call, watch the recap, go over lots of setups that could potentially make you money for cash flow, or even you could love them and leave them for the day without the overnight risk. And that's about it. Sorry, I got to jump. I'll see you tomorrow morning.